before I start episode 3 of Rate This Wrestler on AJ Styles, just want to say huge thank you for the support on episode 1, the Lars Sullivan video, and episode 2, the Kenny Omega one. It's honestly blown me away to see the reception on this series because I thought it would do alright, and it's done really well. So yeah, I just want to say thank you guys for that. As for this episode today, AJ Styles is someone who pretty much unanimously won both polls. They did a poll on YouTube in the community posts. He won unanimously there, and did one on Twitter, which Styles won not as unanimously, but he won the poll. So it was definitely going to be AJ Styles episode 3. And yeah, I just want to get into this. So AJ Styles, Rate This Wrestler. When I think about AJ Styles, I think of someone who was able to change their game. Now, what I mean by that is someone who, for many years in the 2000s, predominantly was just an X Division guy, like a cruiserweight type of guy, someone who would have those great matches in like the X Division, someone who would have those, your work rate type matches on like the lower card, but was never really like a main event level talent. And Styles showed the ability to adapt, to develop himself as a pro wrestler. And when I mean develop himself as a pro wrestler, I'm particularly meaning a bit of character, the mic skills. Now, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of AJ Styles on the mic. I've made that known to a few people. Some of you might know that already, but yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Styles on the mic. Not to say he's bad on the mic. Personally, I don't love listening to AJ Styles promos. That's just personal preference. That's not saying he's bad. That's just personal preference. But yeah, Styles on the mic has gotten much better than where he was like 15, 20 years ago. Because the thing with AJ Styles, many of you don't know this, but Styles was appearing on WCW Nitro in 2000 and 2001. Yes, that's right, AJ Styles was on WCW Monday Nitro, which is crazy to think considering this was 20 years ago. Styles was a talent then, and now he's still going strong 20 years later. He's had a much more elevated role now, obviously, because he's had a 2-decade-long career. But yeah, to think Styles has been, that kind of longevity, 2 whole decades of AJ Styles, right there, the longevity is just, it's commendable. Because 2 decades of near enough full-time pro wrestling work, and it's been all over the world as well, which, granted, I'm someone who, if you follow the videos, I'm someone who more so predicates how I view a wrestler status-wise based on WWE. I'm not someone who goes, oh, they wrestled in Ring of Honor here, and here. I think they're amazing. Like, I'm someone who's more so an elitist for the big leagues, so to speak. Like, if you do really good, impressive work and you get over in WWE, that means more to someone like me than if you get over in, I don't know, indie promotions in America, or you get over in Mexican League Championship Wrestling. You get my kind of point here. So AJ Styles was able to get over in New Japan. He was able to get in Ring of Honor, TNA, Impact Wrestling, all these like indie promotions and international promotions. Styles was able to get over doing in those promotions, and he was able to have success in WWE, which this is something which elevated my opinion of Styles from, oh yeah, just another indie guy, worked all over the world, seen this before. He took my opinion of him from that to someone who I go, okay, this guy's really got something. And we really saw that in 2016 when AJ Styles in 2016 made his Royal Rumble. There we go, easy for me to speak. When AJ Styles made his Royal Rumble debut and his WWE debut in that match, when he came in at entry number 3 and shocked the world, just no one really saw that one coming. Because usually with WWE returns, you see them coming, and Dave Meltzer and these people in wrestling media and the dirt sheets, like they leak it like 3 weeks before it's actually going to happen. But in this case, no one saw this coming. This wasn't rumored. So Styles makes his debut in WWE, shocks everyone, and then from there proceeds to have a little program with Jericho, where Jericho was basically telling everyone how great Styles was, because most of the mainstream casual WWE audience didn't know who he was. So we went from there, and then Styles feuded with Roman Reigns, and the Roman Reigns stuff really established Styles as, okay, Styles can hang on a main event level with Roman Reigns, a legit main eventer, which, granted, 2016, that was near enough the height of the Roman Reigns hate, but Styles could hang with him and, not even hang with him, but in the ring, Styles is better than Reigns. But as far as being a main event player in WWE, Styles was legit incredible enough in that situation. So that was like a nod of approval for Styles. Then the stuff on SmackDown, AJ Styles is the face that runs the place, and that whole thing, the champ that runs the camp, that kind of stuff, that was just good from Styles. A phenomenal one. He won the WWE World Heavyweight title from Dean Ambrose at Backlash, I believe, 2016, I think. Yeah, so Styles won the title, and he did some great work on SmackDown from 2016 through 2018, just in general. I think AJ Styles, as a pro wrestler, obviously the in-ring side of things, Styles is very good at. We've established this. I don't really need to go into this. Whether you look at Styles versus Nakamura, Wrestle Kingdom 9, Styles versus, take your pick. I believe Styles versus Okada from memory. Like, a bunch of these matches with New Japan's top talent. Styles had some great matches with all of them. Styles had great matches with near enough everyone. That's just the AJ Styles thing. That's what makes AJ Styles. Just great matches with everyone. That's his thing. As far as, I mentioned promos, as far as his character, like, phenomenal. It's something, it's a word. It works. He's the phenomenal one. It's better than a lot of these wrestlers. Like, I'll give him that. It's not like the animal Dave Bautista, someone who oozes charisma, is going to beat you up, the monster, the animal. It's not like something like that, like a Dave Bautista or like a Brock Lesnar. It's not like one of those type of characters, or like a John Cena even. But phenomenal, the phenomenal one, it served as something. And in a day and age of pro wrestling where the standard for what a character should be has fallen so far, Styles with his phenomenal one character, that's more than okay in today's pro wrestling, which kind of pains me to say a little bit, because I like pro wrestling with, the characters, the Roman Reigns, the Jey Usos as of late, but Styles has had enough character to really get by and get over, which at the end of the day, that's what matters in WWE and pro wrestling in general. If you can get over wherever it is, however you do it, that's the main thing. And ideally, you get over in a way that isn't just purely flips and purely kicks. Styles, his wrestling style, isn't purely flips or kicks. He's not just purely about doing kicks like Daniel Bryan is. He's not purely about doing flips like Ricochet is. He has like a good hybrid, like the technical wrestling, the mat-based wrestling, good, psychological type wrestling, doing moves that make sense to progress the story. I'll give Styles that. His wrestling, it actually is logical, like a lot of the time. It's not like I've seen with someone like Apollo Crews, where Apollo Crews, this is just one example, so many guys do this, like, you have your leg beaten down for 20 minutes, and then literally start doing, in your comeback, shooting star presses, gorilla press slams, top rope dives, and you're thinking to yourself, what the hell are you doing? You've had your leg beaten up for 15 minutes, why are you doing aerial moves and acting as if nothing's wrong? Like, just a little side rant there, but anyway, AJ Styles, his wrestling style is good. I think AJ Styles, overall, his 20-year career in pro wrestling, from someone who was on WCW, Monday Night Nitro, jobbing to guys like Kevin Nash and being like a security guard for Jeff Jarrett, or involved in backstage segments as like an extra type thing. From going from there to someone who had those matches like the triple threat match with Joe and Daniels at Unbreakable 05, that type of thing. Going from there to his feuds with, AJ Styles had plenty of feuds in TNA. His X Division feuds, then when he became world champion, they did the Summer of Styles type thing in, I believe that was 2013, I think, or 2011. I forget when they did that, but yeah, they did the Styles thing in TNA, pushed him as the TNA world champion, had his big moment. When AJ Styles won the TNA World Championship, they did that. Then you move on, Styles goes to Japan, has a bunch of barn burner matches there to please all the in-ring lovers in Japan. Then he goes to WWE and achieves success, in the big leagues. So it was awesome to see Styles have such success. Will Styles one day go to AEW? That waits to be seen. I don't know. He well and truly could go to AEW. That'd be interesting, but yeah, as far as where Styles goes from here, I think Styles versus Randy Orton for the WWE title, you could do that. Maybe if you wanted to, like at the Rumble, maybe 2021, Styles versus Orton. I guess you could do that. You could have Styles versus Drew McIntyre if McIntyre wins the WWE title. Potentially Styles versus Edge after WrestleMania 37 if Edge potentially wins the WWE title. That's the kind of stuff I'm thinking with AJ Styles. Obviously, Anderson and Gallows, the club, the OC, they got terminated, so I guess he's by himself. He's currently the captain of Team Raw. So they're doing something meaningful with him, the captain of Team Raw. It's something, it's a fairly high profile type thing, even though Survivor Series this year means near enough nothing. But anyway, Styles is in a good position. He's AJ Styles, a 20 plus year career, adaptability. He's been able to evolve his game from an X Division in-ring guy who pretty much can't talk to someone who can more than hold his own, someone who had good back and forth promos with John Cena, someone who Cena put over really well, and someone who even made Cena look not better than he was, but someone who made Cena look really good. So yeah, overall, AJ Styles, if I had to give this man a rating, honestly, for his body of work, I'd say AJ Styles, do I do it? Do I give AJ Styles the first A of the Rate This Wrestler series? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. AJ Styles is getting an A for his ability to develop as an all-round pro wrestler from someone who went from purely an in-ring guy and an X Division guy and someone who's worked all over the world to someone who actually had legitimate success in WWE as the face of SmackDown when it was popular, and someone who has been a top guy in WWE to varying extents for his 4 years he's been in the company. AJ Styles gets an A from Rate This Wrestler. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, sub. You guys know the drill. Leave down below who you want me to talk about in episode 4. Perhaps I've done the poll already, so maybe this is redundant. I don't know. Anyway, like, comment, sub. You guys know the drill. See ya.